I have 34,500 in the monster stack. There's a 40K starting. Like I kind of expected some crazy players at the table. This guy on my direct left, older guy, is like making like insane bets. I think like maybe my less than 10 hands in the table at King 9 suited raised, middle position. He just calls on the button. Flop. I flop a 9, so it's like Queen 9 X. I think it was like Queen 9 3. Check, check. Turn is a blank. I bet 2,000. He calls, and river was a jack, so it put possible straight out. I checked to him. He bet 20,500 into a pot of like 5,000. So yeah, like 4x pot. Yeah, he's hoping to. I hope I can catch something against him. He's pretty horrible. I really haven't had too many hands so far. I had ace queen offsuit. I got 3-bet. Had to fold on the flop. I dwindled down to like 29, like 28, 29, I think, and then I won like a nice little pot with ace-7 suited on the button. I had ace-7 of diamonds. Middle position raised. I called the button, and then the fishy guy, older guy, called in the small blind. Flop was ace-4 deuce, 1 diamond. Checked around. Turns a queen. Goes check. Actually might have been ace-9 deuce flop. Yeah, ace-9 deuce. Yeah. Checks around, turns a queen, brings 2 spades. Middle position guy bets 4K. The blinds are 500,000 at this point, so he raised 2,500 pre. I call on the button, and the fishy guy calls in the small blind, and the river's a blank, and it checks around. And the middle position guy had jack 10 for open-ended, and the other guy had like a weak queen, like a queen, whatever, queen 5 suited or something. So won a nice pot there, but we're down to like 34,500. I folded 7-9 suited on the button with a flop 2 pair against a cutoff raise. I have to look and see if that's a call or not. It's pretty close, probably. I'm gonna check that now. All right, we'll update you on the next break. We're out of the monster stack. Getting a little hoarse. Hope I'm not getting sick. Speaking of horse, I'm playing that next. But yeah, I got down to blinds were 1-2K. I was first act, I think 7-handed. Yeah, 7-handed with a king queen offsuit. I a little over 10 bigs. I jam button isolates with pocket 8s, which was weird. I thought he had a monster. Thought he would just call with 8s. But yeah, it was all diamond flop. Neither of us had a diamond. He turned open-ended. I was pretty much needed a king or a queen by the river. I think river was an ace, so I'm out. Before that, I had ace king on the button and 16 bigs, but the blinds were about to go up, so I probably should have just jammed. I made a mistake and just min-raised, I think. I think in that spot, it's more of a jam with the blinds going up, especially with a pretty fishy player in the small blind who calls most raises. I mean, you want to get value at ace king, I think, but he called, and the flop came queen 10 X 2 spades. He leads for like the pot, and I have to fold, I think. If I had a spade in my hand, I might have thought about going with it. I mean, I have the 2 overs in the gutter, but prefer to have at least 1 spade there, probably. I mean, he could have had something. I don't know, I blocked some of his bluffs, like king jack, so probably had like a queen. Could have had a flush draw or like a jack 9 type hand, but probably could have thought it over a little longer, but I don't know. It's not really locked in right now. I'm pretty tired, but gonna fire a bullet in the horse. Probably just 1. If I bust, I'll just go rest for the rest of the day. I'm gonna get something to eat. Probably jump in the horse like level 2, level 3. Yeah. All right. So we'll update you later after we get in the horse tournament. Not much to report on the horse. It's 20K starting. We have 16K. not the best table, pretty solid players. Running pretty bad so far. I've been playing for like an hour. Not picking up many good starting hands. I think the big bet's gonna be 600 when we get back. I don't even know. Ugh. Just kind of feel pretty crappy, just tired, and I've had this cold pretty much since I got on the flight here. I have like a little cold. I just found out my mom has COVID too, so I hope I don't have it, but I don't think I do. It's just like a head cold I have. She said she was like congested and had a sore throat, but I think I'm fine. I think it's just like a minor cold. Should go away. Maybe I'll get some NyQuil or something later, but lack of sleep catching up with me. When you're sleeping like an average of 5 hours a night over a course of like a week and a half, oh my god, it's hard to catch up. So if I do bust the horse, I think I'll just rest the rest of the night. There's like a nightly, I'm not going to bother with that. Yeah, hopefully we can run it up. All right, update you on the next break. Had a decent couple levels in the horse. Got up to as high as 40,000. Had rolled up 9s in the stud high. Older guy, pretty tight raised. I re-raised him right off the bat, and then he had an 8 showing. He paired the 8 on the fourth straight. He fired out, and he makes he has 8s and 10s showing on the board. So I still have the 3 9s on 6th. I call, and then on 7th he bets again. I'm like, oh, I have a 10, so unlikely he has 10s full. I'm just hoping he has a pocket pair in the hole and not 8s full, and he has kings in the hole. And then he like kind of berated me for slow rolling, but I mean, the guy's kind of a nit, so he's kind of a nit, so I can't just like snap call him. Then what else? What was the other hand? Oh, I have 10 jack queen of diamonds in stud 8, which I don't love, but it's a pretty strong hand. Not the best in stud 8, but ended up making a full house. Jack's full of queens. Kind of an interesting run out. I think I caught like a royal flush draw too. The guy was up against, pretty sure I had just bricked a low draw. He was showing a pair of 4s, so I don't even think he had much, but won a nice pot there. And then I bluffed off a little bit in limit hold'em. I had ace-9 offsuit in the big blind. Flop came 8, 10 jack. I was big blind against the button, like a competent Asian player, good player. I check raised the flop. He called. Turn was a brick. I bet he raised, and then I called, and then river was a 9, so I made a pair of 9s in that, but it was 8, 9, 10 jack on the board. He thought about it for a while. I thought he was going to bet, and he checked. He had ace 10, which is interesting. Surprised he raised me on the turn with that. I guess, I don't know. I haven't shown any bluffs, so I was kind of surprised that he raised me there. I have the straight a lot there, or a 2 pair, but yeah, so I'll have 28K coming. I think 3K big bet, so we got plenty of room to work with right now, and we're going back to, I think it's going to be 08 to come back. All right, hopefully run it up and update you later. So we're out of the horse tournament. I didn't even do an update on the last break. I'm just feeling like real crappy, and I just wasn't really in the mood to do an update. I had a good stretch. We were at a table with Ari Engel, and he's really tough, and I was trying to kind of trying to avoid him if I could. There was one hand we played where I flop tripped queens, and then I folded on the river. It might have been a bad fold. I think the flop came queen, queen, 6 with 2 diamonds. And I checked, he bet, another guy called, or I think it was just heads up. Turn 1, check, check. And then the river brought a 3rd club. Back to our clubs, and it also brought a low. And I had 4-7 with a queen. I probably should have just called, but I don't know. I didn't have any clubs in my hand. He could have went backdoor flush with a low, but I feel like I probably was good for like half of it. But I ended up laying it down, and then or before that, I like went on a nice rush where my high point, I don't think I ever got above 50K. Maybe my high point was like 48 from a 20K starting. I made nut with ace deuce 4-6. I made straight 7, and a wheel to scoop a nice pot. Well, no, I think I got 3/4. The other guy had 4-6. It was 3 away. Another guy was all in. Then the blinds get really big, and once the antes hit 1,000, you really got to steal pots. You got to pick up some hands, and I just went kind of dead once the ante got to 1,000. Then then they do a redraw when it gets to 16, and the new table was tough. You know, there were some big stacks, some players I hadn't played with today, so, and I just couldn't get much going. I kind of played a little timid, I thought, at points, and just I feel like I do that when I get really tired. Like, I don't really go with my reads, and I don't take as many chances, and I just kind of go in autopilot mode, and I think that happened today, especially towards the end. But I really didn't get that many good spots. Like I had like a decent low in stud 8, but it'd be like open by an ace, and then like all the cards I need are out there and dead, and it's just like bad spots. So then, yeah, I was down to like, I think 20 or 21,000, and it was 08, and I picked up ace jack 10 queen with a suited ace, and the big blind was 5K, big bet was 10, so I had 2 big bets. Early position, I don't know, thinking back on the hand, maybe I could just limp in. I probably should just limp in with this hand and see what happens, but I ended up raising. 2 to my left called, and then a big stack who had been opening a ton re-raises. At this point, I'm like, I have 21K. What am I going to do? Just call and see the flop? I guess I could have, and then just folded the flop and saved the 5K. I think I was in the big blind the next hand, so I would have had not much left. I think it would have been the big blind in 2 hands. So I ended up going with it. We got all in. The guy who 3-bet the big stack had aces with I think like ace jack 5 or something like that. The other guy had ace deuce, whatever, and ace deuce ended up making a wheel, and I was out. I mean, it was a terrible all low card flop, and I really had no chance. I needed high cards. Just to run into aces there was kind of annoying. Like, if I'm just up against ace deuce, I'm not in too bad a shape with the hand I had, but like ace deuce, whatever. But I don't know, I prefer to have a low card with the ace 10 jack queen hand, but you can't get too picky when you're so short. You know, you gotta pick a hand and go with it at some point. But ace deuce isn't always gonna come. But yeah, like I said, I was tired today. I gotta get a good night's sleep. That's key right now. If I don't get a good night's sleep, I might not even. I'll probably still play tomorrow, but it's the monster stack is tomorrow. Plan is to fire 2 bullets in that. It starts at 11 a.m. I'll probably look at showing up for like level 3, around there, around noonish. And then there's also Big O at 4. Hopefully I don't have to play that. Hopefully I have a big stack and a monster stack. That is the plan. I'll fire 2 bullets in the monster stack, probably, maybe 3, but hopefully just 2. Hopefully I can run up a stack, but yeah, the plan B is to probably play the Big O if I do bust 2 bullets in the monster stack. The Big O's at 4. All the mixed games are at 4. Not a huge fan of Big O, especially, and it's PLO, so it's a lot of gamble. It's a gambler's game. It's not really a skill. I don't think it's that much of a skill game at all, Big O. It's just like, oh, I've got the wheel draw, flush draw, let's just get it all in, and hopefully we could hold, you know, or hopefully we, you know, it's just not I don't know, not a huge fan of the game. It's pretty much a gambler's game. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm tired. I'm gonna probably go get something to eat. It's like midnight right now. Hopefully there's something open. Get like a couple snacks or something. But all right, we will update you in the morning, and then like I said, hopefully we run up a huge stack in the monster stack. The no limit today was like, I don't know. Like, I knew Cali players were a little crazy, but like some of them are friggin', I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, are they horrible, or are they, it's like selective craziness, I guess. I don't know. All right, I'm rambling. Good night. All them